I need my coffee. I thought today that I do my weekly check-in from here instead of anywhere else, and I'll tell you in a bit why I'm doing that. But this week, what did I do? Well, this is week 3, and it's been easy. Last week was slightly harder, although this week's tasks, not that they've been hard to make time for, but they're like hard to do, and as some of them just didn't resonate well with me, and that's okay. Last time I did it, I was like, it has to have 5 people who are dead you want to like meet or something. No, I don't. If I don't have that, if I don't have a quick answer, if I don't have an answer after a few days, I don't have an answer for it. So I just didn't complete it for that reason. So let's see, how many days this week did you do your morning pages? How was the experience for you? And if you skipped a day, why did you skip it? So I didn't skip a day. That's good. The morning pages, they're starting to sound a lot like last time I did the Artist Way, and they are turning into a rant. But what I've been paying attention to is because I'm aware of that now, I'm writing about how it's turning into a rant. I feel like I am subconsciously turning the morning pages into a place where I complain about stuff. I'm complaining about health problems, even if there aren't none, or they're like minimal. I'm complaining about weather, I'm complaining about this, I'm complaining about that, or I'm talking about how the Artist Way process has been for me, and nothing really artistic or philosophical. Like in the first week, I had a lot of ideas that I was dumping onto the page, so I had a lot of religious thoughts and debates on religion, on society, and then in week 2 it was when the war started, so I was talking about my feelings a lot. But week 3, not that the war ended, obviously, I'm just more grateful that my family's safe and there's nothing else I want to do about that. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna try my best to be strong. But because I've already like processed that last week, this week is more let's do art, let's play. And I kind of hope there's more play to it, but this week doesn't have a lot of play. It did ask for an hour of artist activity, like driving or walking. It's very cold outside, so I can't walk. But I do drive a lot from work and stuff, and that kind of like helps. I find doing the dishes and cleaning is an artist activity, so while cleaning I notice that I sing, or if I don't play music while cleaning I end up singing, so it was kind of a good artist thing for me. I've been hanging out a lot in this space, and because it said to describe my childhood room, and I don't necessarily remember, I do remember my childhood room very vividly, and I shared it with my siblings, but I remember my corner of it the most and how I felt in it, so I recreated it over here. Here, I had a bunk bed with my sister, so I was at the bottom bed. This side was a closet, that side was a wall, and that side was a wall. And sometimes I would put a little curtain or like a sheet or something to like make it my little space, and I put pillows and stuff. Obviously, I made the space much more pillowy, and I have a little Bluey over here. And instead, on this side, I think as a kid, I had a poster of Nick Jonas that I used to kiss goodnight every night. We're not going to talk about that. But this wall is short, and I'll try to put some pictures and stuff and get some batteries for these lights that I have on the ceiling. But right now I have this little poster because Fleabag is one of my favorite shows ever. So, and these two are so cute. So yeah, I described my childhood room, and last week one of the tasks was to right stuff I've always wanted to do, and I did them. So that was to get the carpet to start this little corner. So in a way, week 2 led to week 3 in a very smooth way. After describing my childhood room, it kind of helped me get a proper vision on how this is gonna look like. And then I started hanging out here the whole time. I'm watching my childhood movies here. I'm playing video games here. This has become such a healing space for me, and I'm very happy that I finally got to do it. Take a look at your habits. I scroll on my phone, consciously knowing that this is just to reduce my anxiety, which means I know that I'm anxious, and I don't do anything about it. So this week, I started paying attention and saying, okay, I'm on my phone. Why am I on my phone? Like, am I anxious or am I trying to be happy? Okay, anything else you can do to make you happy? So I just either consciously stay on my phone, aware that what I'm doing, oh, this is gonna be just a 10-minute time on my phone, or I'm like, okay, let's do something else. Let's pick up a book. Although, like, books sometimes are the same as social media scrolling to me sometimes, because it's just like a brain distraction. But sometimes I don't want to consume. I want to not create. I'm not in that phase yet. I'm still healing. I'm still recovering as an artist. But I've been having a lot of moments where I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to consume, but I don't want to create. I just want nothing. And that's good, because that leaves the consumption part. Like, social media is no longer interesting to me because it doesn't even provide the happiness and the joy that I thought it would do when I opened my phone the first time. I just basically do it to check my messages from my friends and check on my family. Other bad habits is that I keep watching the same show over and over again. I can't watch new shows. You, as my friend, can suggest a million shows and movies. I will probably not watch them and watch something I've already seen before. That's how bad anxiety is. And I want to come out of my shell and slowly start watching new shows and get into it. It's very, very hard. I don't know why, but it's hard. Maybe this space is gonna help with that. Then we have like subtle habits. What I notice is that, like with Ramadan, I thought I would be more spiritual and closer to my spirituality, but I'm so physically exhausted from fasting. My body can't handle doing anything after. So that's a very good mindful thing to see, that sometimes there's a little line, like thin line between like worship act and self-torture, and I'm trying so hard to like not cross it. And if I feel like I'm about to cross it, don't need to do that worship act because it doesn't fit you at the moment, and that's okay. So yeah, I've been having a lot of questions about my religion, what I believe in, what I find ridiculous. I found a lot of things ridiculous, and how okay I am that I find it ridiculous. I found a lot of things in modern day re-explained Islam to be very illogical, and there are a lot of logical fallacies here and there. So I'm now brave enough to question them after all the trauma that probably a lot of Middle Eastern kids have dealt with. I want to approach this from a more feminine approach, from a more wise approach, not a more of an approach where it's beneficial for the men, and doesn't offer a lot of explanation. If you keep asking the questions, like I find that there's an end, like, oh, why do we do this? Because this and that. Why do we do this and that? Because this and this. Why do we do this and this? The question ends. No more questions. No more explanations. Now it starts attacking you and your faith, and you're not supposed to be asking those questions if you truly believe in it, blah, 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 blah. Then you just don't believe in it properly, or you don't know what you're doing and what you're believing. One of the quotes here say that To believe in a religion or in something and not see it through for yourself and just believe in it blindly is very stupid. And I don't want to be stupid. I want to actually know why I'm doing this, why I'm taking this course. You look into the major before you sign up to the school because you're paying a lot of money. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot at stake here as well. There's a lot of my freedom, my life, harming others. I need to make sure I'm not harming myself or others, because you'll be surprised how much you can harm others with religious acts. Besides that, make a list of friends who nurture you. I have amazing friends, but most of them are abroad, but I'm grateful to have them in my life. My best friends, if I send them a demo or I tell them I wrote a song, they want a demo and I'm like, it's not ready. They're like, just record on your phone, and that's all we care about. And they love it. And if they don't love it or they don't like it, they tell you, but they say it's good. They don't need to block you. They've never blocked me, actually, which is very beautiful. The listing 5 people you admire, I don't know what that meant. 5 people I admire, 5 people I secretly admire. I do that anyway. Like, people I admire and people I secretly admire are the same. And because I rarely just secretly admire people. I just admire them. Why would I secretly admire someone? I just appreciate that this person has certain qualities that I admire. 5 people I wish I had met who are dead. I wrote the Prophet Muhammad and Jesus only because I want to know a lot. I have a lot of questions. I'm gonna be like, is what you said really true, or did these people change it? Most likely it's the latter, but I want to hear it from them. I want to ask a lot of questions about feminism, about equal rights, about all the stuff that are clearly not happening right now in their name. So the other one says, who are dead that you want to hang out with for a while in eternity? I put my great grandpa, because he was the one who had to leave Palestine and bring his family to Lebanon. So I would like to talk to him to know how it was, and it's his family, so But I just don't. I think what the exercise was trying to go for is, who's a celebrity or somebody who achieved the dream that you want to achieve, that you feel like you wanted to talk to. I don't have that, because low-key, I don't really respect the lifestyle of celebrities. It's not really, didn't have a really good track record, honestly. Like, it's either drug problems or addiction problems of other sorts. Just a lifestyle that I don't respect. And it's sad. It's not just that. It's a sad lifestyle that I don't necessarily want to follow. Career-wise, also it's sad because a lot of them are not brown. So it's very hard to identify with any of them. I've never seen a Palestinian woman from Lebanon who had to do what I do and who's doing what I did. And if they are, they're still alive and they're doing it with me as we go. So it's not the same. And so I had a hard time. I didn't finish it, honestly. I don't have a long list of people. I feel like I've always wanted a mentor, and I became that mentor to other people and low-key to myself, but I really hope that I have like some sort of a mentor. So maybe that's what this exercise is going for. I haven't seen that person yet. I haven't seen somebody as impressive as I am as a mentor, honestly. This is not like to brag or anything, but just nobody really did it for me. I don't know if I experienced synchronicity this week. Honestly, I experienced it in general, but I don't remember. I'm sure I'll experience more of it. It's just, it wasn't that eventful of a week. So are there any other issues this week? Describe them. Well, the issues I've described is having to fill pages of people I admire. I don't have a lot of people that I admire in my life other than my friends and family. and the Palestinian people and the Lebanese people and the Syrian people and the Iraqi people and anybody in the Middle East who is going through war, because nobody is more admirable than these people who have been through it multiple times, and it's not fair. Not fair to them at all. It's not fair for their children who are living abroad watching it all happen, living in fear every day. So I can't admire a white celebrity who made it because it was easy. It's not easy, but it was easier to them than other people. I can't. Whether that makes me more blocked or not, I don't know. I'm trying to use the strength of my ancestors and my people to unblock myself and be creative, but that doesn't mean that I need to use the blueprint of someone who did not have a life like mine. So yeah, I'll follow these steps. I'll follow the 12-week program, but I follow it my way. Hopefully next week is, if I remember correctly, next week is the week where I don't consume any media, which would be very interesting. But yeah, I will update you next week.